Hi, everybody, and welcome to Social Studies Bill of Rights Week 4. I'm Mr. Puga, and the only thing you need is a pencil and a piece of paper for you to make notes. All right, let's get started. Our objectives are we will learn what the Bill of Rights is and why is it important for Americans. I will go over the 10 amendments and explain with a little help of BrainPop what each one is about. And you will show your knowledge completing a Google slide with examples related to the amendments. Okay, let's get started. First of all, I want you to think, I already mentioned the word amendment a couple of times. So I want you to pause the video and then think about what the word amendment is. Here's a clue. Look at the picture that you're seeing on the screen and think about what you're seeing, all right? So you're going to make an inference, an educated guess based on what you're seeing in the visuals. Click on the pause button, and then when you're ready, click the pause button again. Here we go. Go. All right. So hopefully you got something good. So let me tell you, amendments is pretty much when you fix something or when you edit something or when you make it better, you improve it. So that's what an amendment is, and that's what the founding fathers did right after writing the Constitution. We're gonna listen in BrainPop why they did it, but basically what it is they needed to add the rights that people had. That means the freedom that people had. They already wrote everything that the Constitution included, but they needed to specify the freedoms that people had. So, without further ado, let's watch the video with BrainPop. Here we go.
You're done? Well, let's hear it. What? You can't say that at my birthday party. Well, yeah, I know all about freedom of speech, but you can't say that. Dear Tim and Moby, what is the Bill of Rights? From Noddy. When the U.S. Constitution was written, it was missing a few things. Well, that's the great thing about the Constitution. It's amendable or changeable. We've added to it over time. The first editions came shortly after the Constitution was drafted. The Constitution couldn't take effect until it was ratified or approved by individual states. Problem was, certain states didn't want to ratify the Constitution because they didn't think it protected the rights of every citizen. So, the framers of the Constitution promised that a section would be attached to the final version, ensuring citizen protections. 12 amendments to the Constitution written by James Madison were presented to the states for final approval. 10 of the 12 were approved. We call these first 10 amendments to the Constitution the Bill of Rights.
All right. So I just wanted to pause the video for you to think about what you heard. Think about for a minute. Pause the video because the amendments are coming and we need to really delve deep into them. So hold your breath. We're going to go over the 10 amendments now. Ready to go.
The First Amendment is a really major one. It says that Congress can't make any laws that mess with freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, or freedom to petition the government. These freedoms are really important to all Americans. They're what allow us to speak our minds and act in ways that make sense for us. The Second Amendment says that Americans have the right to bear arms. Yeah, it sounds a little scary, but the idea is that the citizens should have the right to protect themselves and their country. You can learn a little more about it in our Guns movie. The Third Amendment has to do with quartering soldiers. It says that people don't have to allow soldiers to stay in their homes during times of peace. It may seem a little random now, but it was important at the time it was written, because that was a real issue for people. I mean, imagine if you had strangers coming and staying in your house any old night. The Fourth Amendment is about search and seizure. It says that no one can come into your home and look around or take stuff from you without a warrant and a very good reason. Yeah, you can't go snooping around in my room without my permission. And when it comes to the law, police can't enter a suspect's house without permission or a warrant. The Fifth Amendment deals with the rights of the accused. If a person is accused of a crime, they have the right to due process. They're innocent until proven guilty, and they don't have to answer any questions that might incriminate them or act as a witness in their own trial. The Sixth Amendment says that people have the right to a speedy public trial. An accused person has the right to have a lawyer, to understand the charges being brought against him or her, and to be tried in public by a jury of their peers. The Seventh Amendment describes people's right to a trial by jury in civil cases. No, see, Amendment 6 was talking about criminal cases. This is for a civil case, like a dispute in business or a noise complaint. The Eighth Amendment describes limits on fines and punishments. The government can't fine someone an amount that's unreasonable or punish him or her excessively. No, I actually think you deserve detention for the spitball incident. The Ninth Amendment is about the rights of the people. It says that even if a particular right is not specifically mentioned in the Constitution, it doesn't mean you don't still have it. Yeah, that way every single thing doesn't have to be spelled out. If one of your natural rights was never mentioned in either the Constitution or the Bill of Rights, it doesn't mean it can be taken away or watered down. You can still have that right. Finally, the Tenth Amendment lays out the powers of the states and the people. It just says that any powers not specifically given to the states by the Constitution or prohibited by the Constitution are reserved for the states. So the Constitution gives certain powers to the United States as a country and prohibits the individual states from having certain powers. The powers that are left over go to the individual states. Many major Supreme Court cases deal with issues presented in the Bill of Rights and how they are interpreted. Sometimes there are some gray areas, room for interpretation, and that's the job of the judicial branch. Other amendments beyond the original 10 have been passed, outlawing slavery, not restricting the right to vote based on color or gender, limiting the number of terms a president can serve, banning alcohol, and then unbanning it. The Bill of Rights, along with the Constitution, helps not only define our laws, but also who we are as a people. Hey, what you got there? You're asking the Supreme Court about your right to say whatever you want in my birthday speech?
All right. Hopefully that was very helpful for you. Now what we're going to do is we are going to do this worksheet, which is called Identify. You have to identify the amendment from the Bill of Rights related to each action in the list. So we're going to read the actions, and then we're going to think about what amendment is related to this action. If you need to go back to the video from BrainPop, do that so you have a better idea. And once you kind of know what it is, what you have to do is click on a little square until you see that cross over there and drag it to where it belongs. I'm not saying this is correct, guys. Maybe it's wrong, but I don't know. So that's what you have to do. You place it whatever you think it's the correct position. All right, that's your activity. That's what you do. So hope you enjoy it and see you around, guys. Turn it in to your teacher, however the teacher tells you. Bye-bye.